Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Harry from Spurs TV. I'm back with another match reaction. So Spurs went to the Etihad and drew 3-3. In fact, Spurs actually took the lead first, ironically. But yeah, we got a point at the Etihad, and this is my match review. So first, let's just get into it. So there was a small change in the starting lineup. Basuma came in for Bentancur. Obviously, Basuma was suspended before this game, and Bentancur coincidentally got injured last game, so it was kind of like a straight swap. Now, the first half, let's be honest, Spurs rode their luck. City easily could have been 5-6-1, even possibly by the end of the first half up. But Haaland missed a glutful of chances, if I'm being honest. And Spurs rode their luck, and it was only 2-1 at half time. Spurs took the lead, like I said, through Son. And if anything, I think Edison could have even saved that. And then Son got an own goal later on, so it was 1-1. And then City scored again with Foden in a brilliant move, actually. So Spurs kind of rode the luck in the first half. The second half was a bit different, though. Ange, to his credit, brought on Højbjerg. And Højbjerg kind of came in and shored up the midfield a bit. And Spurs were a lot better in the second half. Obviously coincided with Spurs scoring the equaliser, the first equaliser, to make it 2-2. And then obviously City came back and scored another one, make it 3-2. And then Kulusevski scored with a header in the last few minutes to make it 3-3. I think Spurs were good value for a point. As I said, the first half wasn't the best. The second half, once Ange made his change, Spurs, I think, thoroughly deserved to get something out of the game. People will argue, and I do see this argument, that City took their foot off the gas. And I do think that on the back of the treble, they are kind of struggling to get up and motivated to do games anymore, because you could argue after you win a treble, unless you win a quadruple, which is very difficult in itself, where do you go from there, in a sense? So, yeah, Spurs were in some ways lucky. In some ways, they kind of earned the point because we were resilient. We hung in there, and we got something. Now, I want to do some discussions on a few players. Celso, again, scored a great goal, but not just that. His all-round play I thought was brilliant. Again, Kulusevski in the number 10/second striker, I kind of call him now. He was brilliant. Obviously, he got the goal at the end, but just his all-round play was so much better. He seems to kind of not got back to his best, I don't know if that's the right way to put it. Found another dimension playing in the middle compared to on the right. But even when he was moved on to the right later in the game, he was still really good. And obviously he got the goal from there. But we only talk about Basuma a bit. Basuma, I don't think was that great. Obviously the back line, Adoji, Porro were kind of their usual selves. Emerson, to me, I had my heart in my mouth for most of the game whenever he touched it. But Davies, again, 6-7 out of 10. Johnson, I thought this week he was a lot better. He gave us a bit more of a running option. You kind of saw his acceleration a lot as well. Like, he was actually making a difference, especially in that first half. And when he could have actually squared this on, which he didn't do. And I think Gil, who was raked off at half-time, this kind of makes me question, can Gil succeed at Spurs? Because this is the first time I've seen Gil play consecutive games in the Spurs shirt, from what I can remember at least. And the first time I think he's been getting like a proper shot. Now, obviously, against Villa last game where we lost, Gil in the first half to me seemed was playing within himself, playing the ball backwards, etc. But he kind of grew into it in the second half. Now, this game, I just felt like he wasn't physical enough. And this is probably what's going to cost him, in the sense, in the long run at Spurs. He's just not physical enough. I don't think he's going to hack it in this league. Not that I don't like him as a player. In fact, I've been one of those people who's been championing Brian Hill to play. So I shouldn't be saying this, but I just don't think he's going to make it in the league anymore. I think in the future we will sign more wingers, and Gil will probably be shipped out. But Celso, again, I hold my hands up with this one though. I wrote him off completely, but he's come in and done so well, and I do think that he's going to make a massive issue for Ange when Maddison comes back. Because again, Kulusevski has been playing well at number 10. So what do? Do you play Lo Celso in the 10? Do you play Kulusevski in the 10? Do you play Maddison in the 10? I'd even argue you could even play Lo Celso with Maddison, because I thought Lo Celso's best football at Spurs obviously, I mean, in recent times, the past 2 weeks, was playing sort of as a box-to-box slash floater. And I think Madison and Celso could play in the same side quite easily, actually. It's just that third midfielder where are you going to put Sarr in there for his legs to kind of cover the back line? Are you going to put even Højbjerg, who hasn't, in my opinion, done that much wrong this season? Are you going to give Skip a chance? Because like I mentioned earlier in this video, Basuma, he's not been playing well lately. So what are you going to do? So I think Lo Celso given Ange a good headache. And he did actually really want to play before that. I know there was even rumours that he might want to leave if he wanted to give him a chance, but he kind of changed his attitude, and here we are. And credit to him. Let's hope he can carry on this trajectory and we can get another player out of this, because I think the difference between Lo Celso and Ndombele is Lo Celso at least puts a shift in. He's clearly not unfit. I mean, he's unfit, some people may say now, because he's just not match fit, but it's very different. I mean, if you look at Ndombele, he's just overweight. But you can look at Lo Celso, he clearly is up for it, clearly wants to fight for the spot, and he's given this chance and he's taking it. So looking to West Ham, on the back of this draw, I'm actually quite confident going into the game. I do think Spurs are probably going to win 2-1. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And it was a good result. At least they stopped the rut of having 4 losses on the trot almost. So at least we've done that. And onwards and upwards, and come you Spurs.